We'll start our next opponent's preparation this upcoming Thursday. Players will have the weekend off, and then we'll be into game week. I was really encouraged by how hard our team played on Saturday. After watching the film, they were physical, they sustained blocks, they blocked downfield, they ran the ball well. The entire team played, I think, with the same effort and intensity, and we're determined to win. Certainly, it looked great as we watched sitting on paper. There's a lot to improve still, and I think the players left today encouraged and optimistic on what they saw, but also believe they can be a lot better. And so that's the tone of what's happening.
How much of what happened versus Texas owes itself to what happened the previous week at Virginia?
Oh, quite a bit. Hard to know exactly where our team is or was until we play a game. And after we saw a game, we were able to identify more areas that needed focus and attention, and there's still more, but just it gave us a better reference point than what we had coming out of fall camp.
Was this calculated to try and get a bye before Utah, or is that
No, not necessarily. We had a number of opportunities, and getting the schedule exactly right and trying to find the teams that would play us, when they could play us, with their conference schedules, etc. That's just how it worked out.
Bronco, to build off that, better to have the week off now to enjoy that win and get ready for Utah, or would it be better to go right into it and have them win?
Yeah, I think you could argue either way, and we have to argue the first way to have time to heal and get ready for the rest of our season, not just that particular game, but you could argue carry momentum or rest, either one.
On the healing point, what are your injuries of concern coming out of the Texas game?
Don't have any at this point. Jeff can give you a lot better update, but I don't have any that are reported different than what I thought at the end of the game.
How good does 1-1 look in a key victory, considering the alternative 0-2 and nothing but 2 losses to look at as far as film goes?
Oh, it's a lot better. A lot better from the head coach's perspective, from the players' perspective, from the fans' perspective, and gives everyone something positive to talk about.
Texas fired their defensive coordinator. Is that, in a way, a slight to you guys, or almost an acknowledgement that, hey, it was our fault? Or do you perceive it that way? Or how are you?
I don't really try to read much into it. And head coaches have to make hard decisions. I think the University of Texas allowed, 35 points a game a year ago, and I don't think it was a one-game decision. The head coach at Texas is a good man and good leader. Has won a lot of football games, and I'm sure had whatever rationale he saw fit to make that move.
Do you think it's as talented a team as you will see all year?
They're really talented. I mean, watching their film, not only before we played them, but after, they have a lot of really good players.
As far as the mentality that you guys had and the way you sustained the blocks and were really aggressive and attacking, how do you maintain that same type of intensity moving forward going into these next few weeks?
Just keep asking for more. We upped our intensity and expectations significantly from week 1 to week 2, and that was the message to the team today. If they want those kind of results, then their preparation and practice will be similar, and they'll choose whether to sustain it or not.
8:15 kickoff, is that a tough day to use up?
Yeah, it's about 45 minutes before my bedtime, so I'm going to have to start training right now for it, I think.
Coach, talk about your play of the offensive line. It seemed to have a seemingly miraculous turnaround. Talk about their play on Saturday.
Well, it happens when players lose their jobs and there's a sense of urgency, like for any of us. You start trying harder if something you love is taken away from you. So a different combination of guys out there that earn those spots, which could happen again, but there's no entitlement and there's no tenure, so to speak. And so just that sense of urgency, I think, improved our play.
Did you have regular position meetings today, regular day? Did you happen to duck your head into the offensive line room at any point today, and did you get a vibe as to what that was like?
No, I met with the entire team, much like I always do. And I'm looking usually more to set the vibe than feel the vibe on Mondays, and so I'll feel the vibe maybe Tuesday or Wednesday.
Bronco, you mentioned Justin Sorensen on Saturday, and can you describe how you adjusted your relationship with him while also bringing in competition to make him better?
I think there's two points. Justin, and I think he worked really hard this summer from what I heard, and I think he reached out to a former kicker, Lee Johnson, here, and tried to get some tips from him. But in terms of my relationship competition has a lot to do with it, and he earned the job. And once he earned the job through demonstrated performance and showing how committed he was, to me that's a clean slate, and I think I needed to adjust and see more positive than negative, and so I've worked to be more positive with him, but he's earned that.
Bronco, you mentioned the feeling, the vibe. When we get to talking about Utah and the rivalry game, how does that vibe change?
Well, I think it changes for everybody. I think it changes for the entire state, but I'm not going to, in Greg's words, feel that vibe. They weren't my words, they were Greg's. I'm not going to feel that vibe until maybe this weekend.
As far as the blocking, you talk a lot about the O-line, but can you also talk about the way that the receivers, the tight ends, even running backs also aided in the ability to get some open
Yeah, we just made a point out on film today. Our receivers and running backs and offensive line were downfield. It'd be a fun film for you all to watch at some point if you could ever get access. You'd enjoy it, but you won't.
Yeah. Do you are playing your alma mater? Any plans to watch the game or
No.
not with the players yet?
No, they have lives too, so they'll probably get together and watch it, and my family will probably be off camping or something this weekend.
We have lives and wives.
Yeah, lives and wives. I like that. We ought to just have you be interviewed. Right? Should we switch? I could hold that.
Anything else for Coach?